Welcome to our journey through some of history's more, let's say, uncomfortable chapters. Today, we're turning the pages back to the times when the Catholic Church, wasn't exactly all saints and sacraments. From crusades that were more cross than holy, to an Inquisition that was less about inquiry and more about imposition. In the year 1519, a tale of ambition and conquest unfolds as Hernán Cortés embarks on an expedition, driven by the lure of riches and the expansion of Catholicism. Imagine this, a formidable fleet of about 600 men, alongside horses and cannons, making landfall in what we now know as Mexico. But wait, there's more. The land was not just any territory. It was the realm of the Aztecs, ruled by Moctezuma II, a civilization both rich and technologically advanced. Imagine the grandeur of Tenochtitlan, with its sprawling lakes, majestic temples, palaces, and a social and economic system that was complex and ahead of its time. Cortés, realizing the magnitude of the Aztec Empire, cleverly forges alliances with other civilizations oppressed under Moctezuma, such as the Tlaxcaltecas. The history thickens as the Spaniards, under the guise of the Church and Catholicism, initiate what can only be described as a war against the inhabitants of present-day Mexico. They killed, plundered, and destroyed everything in their path, all while preaching a religion centered around love for one's neighbor. The European superior weaponry, coupled with the introduction of devastating diseases like smallpox, crippled and ultimately led to the downfall of this great civilization. An estimated 240,000 indigenous people were slain under the banner of the Catholic Church. However, the Aztecs were not the only ones to suffer the imposition of the Christian religion. The stance of the Catholic Church against non-believers was exceedingly aggressive. Such is the case of Giordano. Giordano Bruno was a Dominican monk, philosopher, mathematician, and astronomer. His groundbreaking ideas about the infinity of the universe and the existence of multiple worlds boldly challenged the orthodox Catholic teachings of his time. But in February 17th, 1600, a day etched in the annals of history as one of the most notorious episodes of the Catholic Church, Giordano was executed. The story begins in Venice in 1592, where Bruno's trial initially starts before moving to Rome in 1593. Charged with a range of heresies, including pantheism and denying various Catholic dogmas, Bruno faces a monumental challenge. Despite being given chances to recant, his unwavering commitment to his beliefs stands as a testament to his courage and conviction. The final act unfolds in Rome's Campo dei Fiori. Here, Bruno is stripped of his clothes, tied to a stake with a wooden device clamped onto his tongue to silence him. His sentence is executed by burning him alive, along with his works, serving as a grim warning to any who dared challenge the Church's doctrines. The execution of Giordano Bruno remains a somber reminder of religious intolerance and the suppression of intellectual freedom in the history of the Catholic Church, symbolizing the enduring struggle between dogma and free thought. After hearing about how the Church committed genocide and burned alive anyone who opposed it, you might be thinking that there can't be anything worse in the bloody tapestry of religious history. However, that thought is far from the truth, as you have yet to hear even 10% of it. In the shadowed corridors of early 17th century Europe, a storm was brewing, one that would engulf nations in a relentless struggle lasting 3 decades. The 30 Years' War, spanning from 1618 to 1648, was not merely a conflict. It was a cataclysm that redrew the very lines of power and belief across the continent. In the beginning, a singular act of defiance in Prague sets the continent ablaze, a testament to the simmering tensions between Protestant and Catholic factions. But soon, this religious feud spirals into a complex web of political intrigue and power play, drawing in the mightiest of European powers. As the war unfolds, its stages mark the evolution of warfare and diplomacy. From the Bohemian fields where Protestant fervor first clashed with Catholic might, to the intervention destruction of the Scandinavian titan Gustavus Adolphus, and onto the battlefields where France, though Catholic, joins hands with Protestant forces to counter the Habsburg dominion, the war transcends mere religious dispute. It becomes a theater of shifting alliances and betrayals, where the sanctity of faith is often overshadowed by the lure of territorial and dynastic ambitions. The human cost of this war is staggering. The 30 Years' War is thought to have claimed between 4 and 12 million lives, cities razed, populations decimated, and the countryside of the Holy Roman Empire turned into a wasteland. The Peace of Westphalia, emerging from the ashes of this conflict, does more than just silence the guns. It redraws the map of Europe, seeding the concepts of state sovereignty and non-interference that become the bedrock of modern international law. In its wake, the 30 Years' War leaves a legacy not only of destruction, but also of a new political and social order, a turning point that signals the end of medieval Europe and the dawn of a new, complex geopolitical era.